Well, hello, I'm Dr. Julia Royston of BK Royston Publishing, Royal Media and Publishing, and the coaching community, the Book Business Bosses, where we help you get your message to the masses, turn your words into wealth, and be a book business boss. And the host of Live Your Best Life, heard every Sunday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and the Book Business Boss Show, heard every Tuesday at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right where? On envision-radio.com, where praise meets talk. So you can always listen to Envision on envision-radio.com on the internet or these apps. Of course, first, download our app from the Google Play Store, which is free. Yay! We love free. And download the free app, Envision Radio. Just find it in the Google Play Store. Good evening. Good evening. Hello, everybody. And then also those apps, radio.net, radio.garden, Alexa Get Me Radio, Roku, Media U, My Tuner Radio, Audacity, and of course our app, as well as tuner.co. So you can be able to listen to envision-radio.com 24/7, where praise meets talk. Now, I am super excited not only to be a host on Envision Radio as well as other hosts. So this is part 2 of Meet More Hosts of envision-radio.com. I'm going to bring them in one at a time, and you're going to be able to hear them. So I want you to get your phone out, get a notepad, pen, all that good stuff, so that you can find them on social media, listen to their shows, and glean some incredible information, some inspiration, some empowerment, fantastic music, as well as some information to help you not only live your best life, but live your purpose. So we're going to start off with Apostle Joyce Brown, and they'll be back in just a few minutes.
Evening.
Apostle, please introduce yourself. Tell us where you're from. Tell us about your show when it airs, and tell us why we need to be listening to your show on envision-radio.com, as well as some upcoming events. Invite us. We would love to come.
Well, I'm Apostle Joyce Brown, and I'm from I live in Portsmouth, Virginia. My ministry is held in Suffolk, Virginia, and that is in the Hampton Roads area of Virginia. And the name of my the show, our broadcast, is A Time in the Presence of the Lord. It was birthed out of COVID-19 when we were everybody was in house and we had to reach one another. So we reached each other through Zoom and through Facebook Live and conference line. And I was told about Envision Radio, and I'm glad that I made that decision and come aboard, where we can spread our message to the massive. We are for our upcoming events. We're now concluding the Pastor's Appreciation service on this coming Sunday at 3. Right now, we are seen on Facebook Live and on YouTube, and Envision Radio every Wednesday at 3 p.m.
Excellent, excellent. Okay, so Apostle, give us the name of your church again and exactly where it's located.
Okay, the name of my church is In God We Trust Ministries, Phase 2 Church, and it's at 905 Freeney Avenue, Suffolk, Virginia. But the broadcast, it comes under A Time in the Presence of the Lord, and it's coming from In God We Trust Ministries.
In God We Trust
And,
Ministries.
and
I love
yes,
that.
and our time on Sundays, we meet at 11:30, and we come on with singing, praising God, just having a beautiful time in the Lord. And then the message from me, and I sent an excerpt of that message to Envision Radio.
So we want to. So A time in the presence of the Lord is just that, a time in His presence, and an
Mhm.
opportunity for each of us to not only be in His presence, but take that power into our daily lives and
Right.
to the next level. And because we need God, we got to have Him. I know
Yeah.
I do, and worship is definitely what I do. Thank you so much, Apostle Joyce Brown, with the time in the presence of the Lord, heard on envision-radio.com every Wednesday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But also, if you're in the Suffolk, Virginia area, please stop by their ministry, their church. Follow them on social media, on Facebook and on YouTube, so that you can have a time all the time in the presence of the Lord. Thank you so much, Apostle Brown.
Thank you.
All righty. Well, we're moving on down to Thursdays. Thursdays. Yay! So we have with us the Prolific Experience Neo Soul Show with Prolific Jones. Please introduce yourself, love, and tell us where you're from and all that good stuff, where people can find you on social media and about your show, what you want to be the takeaways from your show, and then what's coming up with you. I know you always have a lot going on.
So, hello, I am JC Prolific Jones. I am from Louisville, Kentucky, and then a little bit of Alabama and a little bit of Tennessee also. Um, but the show, The Prolific Experience, is my take on poetry. We happen to we just started being on the radio show or the radio station on Thursday nights at 5 o'clock. So today was my first day, yay, being a radio host, and I'm excited about that. The show, as I was saying, is my take on poetry. So back a few years ago, we had a real nice scene here in Louisville on the spoken word and jazz type of events, and I wanted to keep that going from my take on it. So I started the show, and then we started just having poetry nights and so forth, where a lot of times I'll have a live band playing live music and poets performing their take on poetry. Well, along with the poets having poetry nights, they actually started making spoken word CDs. And unfortunately, the CDs weren't heard after they put them out. So now what I do is I give poets or spoken word artists that platform where they can still be heard. And then also I highlight Black businesses. So if you ever are a poet, author, or a musician that wants your music heard on the jazz neo soul poetry scene, please, please, please get in touch with me. You can contact me at on Facebook under my artist page, Prolific Jones 502, or join our group, the Prolific Experience Neo Soul Show on Facebook, so that you can find out about all of our upcoming events, such as our poetry night that we're having on the 19th of November, and karaoke nights, because I love karaoke, and all of the great things that are happening here in Louisville and any other city I go to. So come check us out, hang out with me, and have a great time.
Thank you so much. Okay, so what she didn't say is JC Prolific Jones is very well known, not just a little kind of little like she was downplaying, but in the Louisville, Kentucky area, or even in Indiana, because she hosts events in the tri-state area. If you're in the Kentucky, Indiana, Ohio area, JC Prolific Jones is known as a spoken word artist. She forgot to mention she sings too as well. And so she incorporates all of her creative outlets as well as some more. If you ever have her meet her in person, and not to mention, she has two books or three books, two books. You
2
forgot to
books,
mention that.
working on the 3rd now.
All right, come on through. So if you're interested in spoken word and that performance of spoken word, please reach out to Miss Prolific Jones and the Prolific Experience Neo Social to participate, be interviewed, etc. Because I do know the plight of poetry. That was my first book, so I understand it greatly, and I know also that a lot of people love to hear it performed as even more so than a book. So they go together and they go definitely
Mhm.
hand in hand. So tune in on Thursdays at 5 p.m. So on your way home, tune in to envision-radio.com and listen to the Prolific Experience Neo Soul Show with Prolific Jones so that you can support the poetry, support those artists, support all that she is doing to put poetry on the map. And so we appreciate it. And I know follow her on social media, especially because I know she's always going live as well as hosting events in and around the area. So if you're ever in the area and you're like, oh, I wonder what they're doing in Louisville. I wonder if there's spoken word going on. And I wonder, hit her up. JC Prolific Jones and find out everything that's going on in the city of Louisville. So thank you so much.
Thank
Men,
you.
Thursdays at 5 p.m. The Prolific Experience Neo Soul Show with Prolific Jones. Thank you so much. All right. All right. Well, let's head on down to Fridays with Pastor Gregory Devon. And so glad. So he's at Fridays at 6 p.m. Take it away,
Yes, ma'am.
Greg. Take it away.
Yes, ma'am. I am Pastor Gregory Devon out of Durham, North Carolina, and I have a show called The Sanctuary on Envision Radio. We air every Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. My show is relationship-based. Talk about relationships, marriage, love, dating, and we discuss the things that are somewhat taboo sometimes. It's not about how to find a man or how to find a woman. It's about maintaining healthy relationships and healthy marriages. And each and every week, I bring on 1, 2, sometimes 3 guests, and we discuss topics from intimacy to dating to what makes the proper date, what makes good communication. I'm doing a series now. Episode 10 airs this Friday, tomorrow actually, talking about emotions, dealing with men and their emotions, sometimes going into relationships and marriages, and sometimes within, and how it's sometimes misunderstood. So we're having a good series on that. It'll probably conclude on next week as the 3rd series in that. After that, I have a Black Love series after that, where I'm going to be interviewing some Black married couples who've been married for 15 plus years. So the goal of my show is to help people to not just find someone, but to also know how to maintain the relationship, maintain the marriage after you get into it. Because I find that sometimes, especially in our community, we sometimes don't understand what to do after you find your heart's desire. Here in the Triangle area of Durham, North Carolina, I throw a lot of events that are sometimes outside the church. I am a pastor of a church in Oxford, North Carolina called New Grass Creek Baptist Church. But I believe in sometimes going outside the 4 walls and throwing different events to bring folk together, saved and unsaved, to talk about the things on our minds surrounding love, dating, and relationships. Because even inside of the church, the divorce rate is no better. So I find that the more you can discuss these things, put them on the table, and sometimes move away from the church to bring more of an honest answer, because sometimes we feel like we can't discuss certain things inside the sanctuary. And my show is called The Sanctuary, but I bring my sanctuary to you. So I pray that you will indeed watch again every Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's been a blessing being on the network so far. I'm on episode 10 now, so I'm looking forward to some exciting things. You can find me on social media as well. Facebook, Gregory Devon, Twitter, at Gregory Devon, TikTok, Gregory Devon, Instagram, Gregory_Devon.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I love it. I love it. Where is your? I know you're in the Raleigh Durham area.
Mhm.
I've ventured over there. My husband and I, we were travels headed to Virginia Beach from
Okay.
Charlotte, and we cut across and headed on up. But where exactly is your ministry located, so that those that are in that area can come by and visit?
Now I'm in Durham, North Carolina. My church is in Oxford, North Carolina, which is about 35 minutes down 85 north. We're at 8182 Cornwall Road, and we're in Oxford, North Carolina 27565.
Excellent, excellent. These days, anywhere you really are going to be traveling, it's going to take you about 20 to 30 minutes to get there.
You're
So,
right.
I was in Houston recently and it took 45 minutes just to get not even really cross town. so so that's not far. It might be far for other people, but if you travel
Yeah.
a great deal, it's not very far. Thank you so much for
Thank you for having me on.
bringing that relationship topic. Ooh, it's a tough one. It's a rough one.
Yeah.
But one that definitely needs to be addressed, especially in our community. So look for the Sanctuary, Pastor Gregory Devon, on Fridays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So get your dinner, put your dishes in the dishwasher, press power, and then tune in to
Yes,
envision-radio.com, the
ma'am.
Sanctuary, on Fridays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hopefully to get
Indeed.
you ready for your weekend, just in case you do meet
That's right.
somebody,
That's right.
and you want to be ready, and you want to be prepared, and you want to say
Absolutely.
the right thing, look the right way, hey, and not be presumptuous about anything, because you've been informed by Pastor Gregory Devon. Fridays at 6
Indeed.
p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right there on envision-radio.com, where praise meets talk. Thank you so much, sir.
God bless you.
And then on Saturdays at 2 p.m., Mr. Gregory Tishner, take it away, sir. I'm going to get on out your way. Introduce yourself to our audience. Tell them what they need to
Hi,
be tuning in.
my name is Gregory Tishner, the Bishop on the Grown Folk Gospel Radio Show. And my co host is the Lioness. She is sick today. Please pray for her. Our show is about we bring gospel artists across the country onto our show, but we want the viewers and the audience to understand who they are, and so we give them a chance to find out where they're located at and how they got started, and what they got coming up in the near future. We played 3 of the songs, and it's just a really great show to connect with the artists and also to glorify God in the same way. So we're going to be doing in the Martin Luther King Gospel Celebration for his birthday coming up in January. So we want to make sure everyone knows about that. My wife and I have a book coming out called Mount Movie Healthy Living book. It's about fasting, praying, and tithing. So and then also my sister and I, we have a group called Tishner. We have a song called We Pray that's coming out in the first of the year too also. So we're just happy to be here and happy to be able to connect with different artists and to glorify God. We thank you for Envision Radio for giving us the opportunity to do what we're doing. And to connect with us, you find us on Facebook, Grown Folk Gospel Radio Show on Facebook. Inbox me if you're trying to get on the show, and then I'll get some information from you. Send 3 songs, video, whatever. But that's how you can reach us, and we love to have you on the show.
So I have to ask you, so when did you first fall in love with music?
Oh man, I had to be like about 3 years old. 3 years old. I first fell in love with music. Actually, we had the radio, like the big radio with the cabinets that sits on the ground.
Oh yeah.
I tried to get the people out of there, and I told my mom there's no radio. So
Oh man.
I tried to let them out. I wanted to let them out.
You want them in your bedroom. You want them in your house. Oh, that's wonderful, wonderful. That's awesome. So I know music is that international language, and be sure and tune in every Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the Grown Folks Radio Show. so that you can get that great gospel music and some music you might not have heard and some artists you haven't heard of, because there's some great artists out there that the world needs to hear and the world needs to know. So tune in on Saturdays at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on envision-radio.com, where praise meets talk. Thank you so much, sir. We appreciate it.
Glory to God.
So I hope that you have enjoyed meeting the more hosts of envision-radio.com. Tune in for more, because there's a lot more hosts. So just set your dial, set your app, set your phone, set your mobile device, set your computer, set your, whatever device you're listening, right there on envision-radio.com, where praise meets talk 24/7. We love you. We appreciate you. And tune in, share, comment, like, follow us. The envisionradio.com website. Visit there, but also find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Envision-radio.com, where praise meets talk 24/7. Uplifting, inspiring, encouraging, and informative. Be blessed. I'm Dr. Julia Royston. Have a great night. Bye-bye.